Can't really get the see if I can kind of move that a little bit. Nah, let me keep it right there. Keep it right there. It's really just trying to kind of show off what I got going on right here. I got to show off what I got going on right here, but I'm gonna give a couple shout outs. First of all, I want to give a shout out to Culture. For those that are on YouTube, actually, you know what? I'm gonna give it some time. I'm gonna give it some time, but let me see if I can kind of share this. Share this across the platforms. Let people know. For those that are, oh, what's up, Frat? Give me a minute here. Let me get this figured out. You know what I'm saying? Set up real quick for those that might come by. I need to get on WhatsApp. Let them know that the video is going on. Give people something to do. Chatting with GPT, baby. To the market and asking questions about the market. And I'm going to ask some questions about the market since people been kind of going crazy. You know what? Hold on. No. Yeah, I'm going to ask some questions about the market. And then I'm going to ask you some questions about some other stuff that I want to know about. Relevant items. Okay. Give it a couple shares across the platform just to let people know. I'm doing just a little special something right now. I'm feeling very generous. Chatting with GPT2. Questions. What will AI tell me about market? Okay. Cool. Let's say, yeah. No, I'm gonna just put it straight up. Okay, so I got a little set of curiosities that I want to kind of document. That's really what this is for. I want to document this deal, and so what I'm going to do on YouTube is I'm going to share my screen. This one here. Share my screen. I'm going to refresh this page and kind of start blank. So I've already kind of started my dialogue, and what I'll do for you guys here on Instagram, let me see if I can turn this around. I don't know if you can read that. Let's see. Let me try something. If I put it right here. Can y'all see that? Okay. Well, I hope that you can. So I want to ask you some questions, and what I'm going to do first, just for the record, is I've been seeing a lot of folks come out of the woodworks about this market that's going up. And naturally, if you go to YouTube, it depends on your algorithm, but you'll probably see a bunch of folks talk about, okay, let me just bring this up real quick. You know, there's going to be something about some cryptos going on. So I'm going to you got some cryptos here, you know what I'm saying? People are going to talk about that now that it's going up. So, quick shout out also. Check out this website. Now, I think those are on YouTube. I don't know if y'all can see what I'm showing folks on Instagram. Oh, yeah. There you go. Yeah, so one of my homeboys, good, very nice looking threads, some very nice looking threads, and I'm not to gatekeep too much. Just kind of show you what they got going on here. These are some nice little something something that I'm thinking about, messing with. Not trying to do all that. This is just a quick commercial. Quick commercial. Let's see. They got some good comfy clothes. You know what I mean? So I just want to kind of give them a little shout out. And the cool thing about these clothes is the options. And I have one myself. I don't know if you can see, but yeah, I like the way that fits. So I'm gonna keep it on myself because that's pretty damn clean. If I must say so. If I must say so. Okay. All right. So anyway, let's get back to the matter at hand here, and let's focus on this chat. This chat's supposed to give us some insight about what we want to know. So I'm going to show you the first dialogue that I put in. Well, not the first one, but I personally I have a couple cryptos that I'm curious about. So I asked it a question here. So let's warm up with that. Okay, let's take a look here. All right. So first thing I'm asking the chat. I'm looking to conduct a detailed analysis that compares the upside potential of the following DLT cryptocurrency projects: HBAR, Quant, VChain. Summarize their intended function and benefit to their intended target market, current applicable legislation, projects, or applicable data points that would serve as favorable in determining their likely market cap upon hoped for market adoption. Use any and all relevant resources online to further legitimize your reasoning as to the order of investment and present your hypothetical allocation if you were given $10,000 in total to invest across the three projects. So I'm going to share this, and I'm really kind of just putting ChatGPT on a little bit more of a hype train because it kind of deserves it. Um, at minimum, it's useful. I'll say that. So it gives this breakdown. Let's see what the breakdown is. Let's see what the chat says. To analyze the investment potential and upside of HBAR, Quant, and VChain, it's essential to compare their core functionality, benefits, market opportunities, and potential growth drivers. Here's a summary. HBAR, also known as I.D.E.A. The purpose, they say, according to the chat, I.D.E.A uses the hash graph consensus algorithm to offer fast, scalable, and energy efficient transactions. Key services include the I.D.E.A Consensus Service for decentralized trust and auditability, and the I.D.E.A Token Service for creating and managing tokens. Okay. All right. I kind of want to I want to reword that, but we're gonna continue and see what else it says. Target market is enterprising seeking efficiency and security and tokenization, supply chain transparency, and decentralized applications. Their low transaction cost and compliance friendly features make it appealing for regulated industries. All right. They've shown strong network activity, transaction speeds often exceeding 10,000 transactions per second. Okay. And low average transaction fees, enhancing its cost efficiency compared to Ethereum and Bitcoin. However, adoption challenges and a partially centralized governance model may limit broader appeal. They put some numbers here, and I don't know what those numbers mean, but I guess we can use that at some point as we get used to chatting with GPT. Price predictions suggest a steady rise to 33 cents in 2025. Potentially 338 by 2030, contingent upon adoption. Quant, by the way, if you're curious about uh, a security, bring it up because that's what I'm here to learn about is securities. So Quant, okay, they're about interoperability. You know what I'm going to do? I would like to simplify the initial breakdown of your analysis between the three projects mentioned above. Would you reorder your explanation to fit the vocabulary of a seventh grade student? Let's see what it does with that. All right. So anyway, target market: business, governments, institutions seeking blockchain integration for cross-border payment, supply chains, and compliance. Their focus is on bridging permissioned and permissionless networks. Networks positions it uniquely for global. Okay. Quant's focus on permissioned and permissionless networks positions it uniquely for global enterprise functions. Okay, I get it. All right. Quant has become integral in solutions in areas like CBDCs, blockchain as a service platforms, and its use cases in regulated industries and partnerships with financial institutions drive its appeal. Regulatory clarity and blockchain interoperability is evolving, providing a tailwind. Two positives on that. Tailwind, okay. Potential market cap growth. The scarcity of QNT tokens and its role in interoperability could drive substantial value as blockchain adoption accelerates globally. So, no specific number there. Um, let's look at VeChain. VeChain focuses on supply chain management and the Internet of Things integration using blockchain to enhance transparency, traceability, and data security. Target market: logistics, food safety, luxury goods authentication, and environmental sustainability. Okay, they have strong potential. They're pretty well marketed in the brands, is what they say. They're also partnered with the UFC. Interestingly enough, blah blah blah. Potential market cap growth. VeChain's blockchains could increase demand to. So let's expand on the valuation, the likely valuation trajectory for the three mentioned projects. Quant, H bar, and VeChain. Yeah. Based on its current, each project's current rate of growth, adoption, volatility over the market behavior. Let's see. 12 month. No. 60-month market price behavior. This is just an arbitrary number. Rate of growth, 6-month market price behavior. And rate of growth, adoption, 60-month market price behavior, and any other relevant market influence. Hypothetically likely price destination range for 2025, end of year 2025, end of year 28, and of year 2035. You assume the role of a highly intelligent analyst who is extremely proficient in sourcing the data necessary to most closely determine such values. Let's see how it responds to that prompt. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to get an idea of what GPT thinks, because you see the videos on YouTube saying, well, we think that XRP is going to reach this price, and we think that H bar is going to reach that price, and we think that such and such, and you look at the technicals, and that's basically what you're kind of going off of. So we're just going to use GPT's opinion on this, and that's all that it is, as far as I'm concerned. It's just an opinion, and based on its ability to access data, at lightning fast speeds. So I think it might be useful. Let's see what it says. Quant focuses on interoperability for blockchain systems through its overledger technology, targeting enterprise adoption. Well, hold on, wait a minute. Okay, I just want to make sure and I'm in the right place. Okay, good. Okay. 25. Okay. 2025. Analysts predict QNT could reach a price of 161 to 362, with significant enterprise partnerships, limited token supply driving growth. And they have 2026. What are those numbers? What are those numbers right there? 2026, 210, 97.4, 349, 227. I'm not really too much sure what that means. I think that's just the different years, most likely. Anyway, QNT is projected to climb between 449 and 564 in the next 4 years. Uh, 2035, as blockchain tech matures and quant's enterprise use case scale, price estimates reach between 2,000 and 3,000, supported by network defects and interoperability demand. That's not too bad. So, a 10-year investment is pretty nicely rewarding according to GPT's approach. I guess we should know what the price is. So, we'll go to Coin Market Cap, and then we'll look at Quant. All right, it's $113.86. Okay, so let's go back. Okay, so by the end of 2025, it'll go from, according to GPT, 113 to between 161 and 362. Pretty big range. Pretty big range. So, well, that's certainly worth keeping on, keeping a nice tight hold. Significant enterprise partnerships and limited token supply. Okay. QNT projected to climb between 449 and 560. But that 10-year plan is really attractive. Just imagine this by 2035, which if we're thinking about 10 years ago for Bitcoin, where was that? Let's look. Just out of curiosity, where was Bitcoin at 10 years ago in 2014? Where was Bitcoin in 2014? Damn. Damn. That's all I got to say about that. Ain't that something? Ain't that something? Can you see it? Can you see it, Instagram? So that's but Bitcoin's value. Now that's not to say anything too suggestive about QNT. We're just looking, right? We just see that it's happened before. 10-year decisions with the right forethought is basically what I'm saying is very rewarding, or at least it can be. So QNT, nice 10-year investment. I don't know if it would hit the same as Bitcoin did, but according to what they're saying, pretty nice 10-year move. All right, let's go ahead and move on down to H bar and see what they're talking about. All right, Hedera provides high throughput, low cost transactions with enterprise grade consistency through its hash graph technology. 2025 estimates place H bar between 20 and 40 cents based on its consistent adoption in decentralized finance and supply chain solutions. 2028, 4 years from now, we could see H bar climb up to $1. And we could see 10 years from now between 250 and $5 per token. So, you know what? I'm going to make this a little bit more interesting. And I want to do some percentages here. I know at some point I'm going to end up doing some type of Microsoft Excel showing this, the what ifs, but I'm going to do this right now. So let's see if we can find a calculator. Yeah, let's use a calculator here, huh? All right. So do a couple calculations here. So it says that 2025 for QNT, the conservative estimate is 161. Okay. And the current price, as we just saw, for Q&T, 114. All right. So we're going to take 114. Let's see if they can see it on this screen. No, they can't. Take 114. And then we're going to subtract the projected price at the lower number, 161. I could tell ChatGPT. Actually, you know what? No. We're gonna get ChatGPT involved with this, okay? That's what we're gonna do. Would you mind also presenting the price range possibilities in the form of percentage returns from each of the project's current market price? Let's see if we can do. Let's see if we can get GPT to do our bidding for us. Let's scroll down. Okay, so let's see. It looks like they've. Oh, okay, cool. Current market prices as of November 2024. Quant about 150. H bar 4.5 cents. Chat. Doesn't seem like you got everything together. I wish V Chain was a penny. Current market prices. Okay, so where did you get that? Where did you get your? Tell me, what source did you use to show? Now I need to ask it a question. 150 for quants market price. I need to know. Yeah, yes, I was. For Hedera's market price. Those values are incorrect. You can use coin market cap. Yeah, let's give it a. You can use this website. Pricing data. There we go. Let's see what it does with that, because well, while I was trying to figure that out, thank you for pointing out the discrepancy in the crypto prices based on the latest data received. Thank you for. No, they still didn't get it right. Interesting. I think we found a little bit of a glitch in GPT here. I wonder how that's. I wonder how it's showing like that. Those are not the correct prices. But so that's something to consider here. But let's go back before I did this exactly. Let's go back to the estimates here. Hypothetical allocation. So I think we were on VChain. VChain 2025 between 5 and 15 cents. That's next year. They claim 2028, 20 and 30 cents. Okay. And then by 2035, $1 to $2. So what we were doing is just comparing the potential return. So at the end of the year, the current price for quant 113. They're saying as low as 161. So that's like $50. So that's like I guess I can do it. I was about to get lazy. I'm just gonna be honest. I was about to get lazy. So we got 161 minus 114 divided by 114 would be a 41% return by the end of the year. Not bad. By 2028, let's say we just held it for 4 years, 4 more years. So we would take 449 minus 114 and then divide that by 114, and we would have a 293% return. And that's a 4-year investment. And if we were to go 2,000, 10-year investment minus the current price, 114, and then divide that by 114, then we would have a 1,650% return. 1,650% return. That's not bad. So now we can go and look at H bar. H bar we're at 24 cents. According to the Chat GPT, it's actually about where it's supposed to be by the end of the years. They say that it's going to be at 20 cents to 40 cents. So let's just say, for the sake of this illustration, we get another 16 cents out of H bar in 2025. Right now, the value is at 24 cents. We got 24 cents on here. So if we went from 24 cents to GPT's highest estimate of 40 cents, that's only a 16-cent gain. Or in percentage terms, 16 cents divided by 40 cents, or excuse me, 24 cents, is a 67% gain. The next number it gives us is as low as 50 cents by 4 years from now. So let's keep it conservative. So the current price is 24 cents. So that'd be 50 cents minus 24 cents. And then divide that by 24 cents. And that would be a 108% return. According to GPT, of course. We now know that GPT could be inaccurate. We know that because it just showed us that even when I give it the sourcing data, it may not source the data the way that I ask it. Or maybe it's a communication problem. Maybe it's the way that I prompted it to do what I wanted it to do. Possible. Anyway, the next estimate is a 10-year estimate. Now, in the quant, I think the 10-year estimate was as high as 1,600%. So let's see what H bar is presenting us with. Okay, so let's see. H bar, we got 24 cents currently. And if it goes up to 250, then we would make 226. So 226 divided by the current price of 24 cents would give us a 941% return. So on the mid and long term so far, Quant's profit potential, according to GPT, is higher than H bars. That's what it's saying so far. But we have one more. Okay, so VChain. VChain, let's go coin market cap. Let's take a look at VChain. We're currently at 5 cents. Okay. So what does GPT say we'll be at by the time we hit our targets? GPT suggests, I don't know if you can see. I don't even know if you can y'all even see the screen? Can y'all even see it? Like, can you read the screen or is it too blurry? I'm trying to figure out if y'all can read the screen. What's up, Veggie Man? I actually don't know if I know Veggie Man, but hey, welcome to the live, huh? Give him a wave. Give them all a wave. Actually, if you're still here, Veggie Man, if you haven't left me alone and destitute all by myself alone, can you read that? Because from my angle, it's much clearer on my PC. Anyway, let's look at VChain. I'll just talk to the people using my face. VChain right now is at 5 cents. And according to GPT, it says VChain might reach between 5 and 15 cents, benefiting from increased integration with global logistics and partnerships with major firms. And it looks like they're getting a lot of their information from Coin. What does that say? Coin Edition and Be in Crypto, Binance. They're using different sources. They're using different sources. Uh, okay, so we're seeing. Well, on the low end, we kind of just stay stagnant. On the low end, we stay stagnant because 5 cents, that's where it's at right now. But on the high end, from 5 to 15 cents, that is, well, let's look at the calculator. So we're currently at 5. We earn 10. So that means we would get, whoops, 10-cent gain over 5 cents is a 200% return. 200% by 2025, not bad at the high end. All right. And then midterm could see values between 20 and 30 cents. Okay, so let's just go on the low end. We got a 15% gain on 5%, 300% return. Not bad. And then $1. So if we have a 95% gain over 5 cents, a 1900% return for a 10-year investment. So VChain actually has some very juicy upside compared to I.D.E.A and compared to Quant. 10 years, according to GPT, I got to keep putting that disclaimer in there. The highest 10-year investment would be VChain. The highest midterm investment is between VChain and I think it was Quant. Yeah, VChain and Quant. I think Quant just had a slight edge on the midterm. And then in the short term, VChain. VChain had the short term and midterm performance edge. Let me look at y'all. Yeah. So according to GPT, VeChain had a short term and long term performance edge over the other two crypto projects. Once again, it's important to remember that GPT, based on our research, they don't source everything properly. I had to kind of help it out a little bit. So you got to factor that into your equation when you're putting in your prompts to GPT to find that information. But still, good information. Now, they were giving us a hypothetical. Whoops. Their hypothetical allocation for 10,000 bucks. For QNT, they're suggesting a $5,000 investment, which is actually kind of interesting. Okay, never mind. Highest potential due to enterprise partnerships and scarcity. Yeah. Plus their midterm prospects are looking grand. VeChain 3,000 strong industry niche with long-term potential. HBAR broad adoption potential, but slower growth relative to QNT. So I think we got what we were looking for, ladies and gentlemen. I wanted to talk to it about some crypto projects. I didn't get any engagement questions or anything like that from any other crypto projects, but now you know from this episode that you can really use this thing just for a good assessment of what you're dealing with. Now, there are some other dialogues in here that I'd love to share, but I'm not going to put all my chats on public display. Some of these will be held for additional seekers. But I think that's a good way to close it out. Yeah. Yep. Guess I could do an hour, but I'm not gonna force it, you know what I mean? But look, let me show y'all something. For those that decided to check this video out and actually watch it for this long, I wanna give this guy a shout out here because I just took the course and I gotta say, I feel so much more powerful because I know how to utilize myself. So shout out to Mansa Mahatma here. He just had this core class and uh, on point. Like I said, on point. Of course, it's more for the folks that have already kind of began this journey of becoming aware of the commercial redemption process. But he's certainly a key. He is certainly a key sh- dropper. He drops some good major keys. Whatever you might think of his marketing is whatever you might think of his marketing, but his content and product, I can tell you, is solid. That's for damn sure. So I'm pretty excited about what 2025 is going to bring. 2025's, I'm guilty of being the dude that would be like, you know, plenty 20. And what was 2021? I think it was 2020 win. Yeah, yeah. 2021 was 2020 win, and 2022 was what was 2023 two? I don't think I said anything for 2022. I think it was breakthrough 22. That's what it was. Yeah. Like each of these years have had some name that I've assigned to it. 2020, 2023 was 2020 free. 2019, 20 grind team. 2024 was 2020 focus. 2025, I don't want to give it a name right now. I could make a name up, just for on the spotness, but I know for sure that more power will be realized in 2025. And when I say that is When you learn who you are and what you've been given as uh, a consumer, all the stuff that you see people complaining about, you can tell the reason why they are complaining. Hey, look, we, us, everybody, really, most everybody. It's only because we don't know the other side of the transaction. We come up with opinions, stories, rhetoric, but if you knew, then you would use that information. And so the reason why I like Mansa Mahatma is because he has been able to deliver a lot of that information in such a way that really simplifies all of the what we may see as intimidating legalese that's used by the attorneys that overcharge folks. Well, maybe they don't overcharge folks. Maybe they just get their just due. But there's so much power. There's so much power in you knowing who you are as a consumer and what rights come with that. And then the process is to utilize those rights in your favor to your benefit. There's another there's another set of prompts that I gave Chat GPT that goes further into that concept. Today we just talked about the market. We just talked about cryptos, specifically just three cryptos that I personally purchased over time and wanted to get GPT's assessment of, hey, well, since now H bar's been pumping, do I keep on to those shares or should I redistribute them across VeChain and Quant? But there's also dialogue about commercial redemption, and that should be the focus for anybody and everybody who's paying bills and working where they would rather not be, where there's substance. They feel internally and truly that their substance can be used better with some other type of activity, but they're doing this job work. Hey, and I'm I am documenting my own journey with some detail shared to the public eye. I'm not going to share everything, but I know that it's important to know this information to the point where I'm going to share something just to be a flicker of light to enlightenment for those that are seeking it. I made the I'll say misstep of sharing everything. I'm like, no, there's something called valuable consideration. And when you know how to use your valuable consideration in the way that you do business, it changes everything. So I'm excited to utilize that knowledge that I've acquired over the past few months. And I'm still learning and sharpening because of what it's been doing for others that have learned what I'm learning and what it can do for those that inherently need this information. They just don't know where to look and they don't know to find the time to absorb this information. So I'm here as a fellow giver of game, and this is just the free game portion of what I'm doing. But just like Mr. Manson Mahatha says himself, there's going to be a free portion, and then there's going to be a fee portion. But I ain't worried about that right now. The more you see remedy from me is when you see more added to the fee. But right now, we're just talking concepts, okay? And I know that the one person that's listening to this right now, if you were to go back on this video, you would see some value in utilizing this tool at minimum. This GPT tool is an absolute game changer. Okay, fine. Look, I'm getting I'm getting a couple more views. I think I'll just do a couple more minutes, just a few tiny little more minutes. But the overall goal here is to take your power back. So 2025 has to be themed on something that has a significant factor towards taking that power that you unwittingly gave away back in business. So now for those that came in here from the subject line on the video, I was talking about cryptos and the market. If you're curious about something yourself, hey, put it in the chat. Hey, man, look at this security. Look at this investment. Look at this contract. I'm here to learn, and I'm sharing what I learn by kind of not necessarily teaching it, but demonstrating my development. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm just demonstrating my development. So I'm hopeful that there's some growth from this that everybody kind of gets. You know what I mean? Let's see. I'm kind of I'm kind of curious about this. Let's see here. Clarify. Oh yeah. Yeah. So if you look in the last chatting with GPT, I was putting together a scenario on reclaiming the equity that's due to my principal. And if you understand what that means, reclaiming the equity that's due to your principal, that by itself should set you into a path to dig further into that. If you're at all curious of what that means, I would like to reclaim the equity due to my principal. You are your principal, and you can claim the equity that's due to it. But it's like, well, how do you move those parts to make all that happen? So ChatGPT has an opinion on that too. And in the last episode, I went into what that process would look like based on GPT's assessment of how to take that process and materialize it. And so I've kind of advanced here, kind of advanced into the rabbit hole. And at this point, what I'm going to do, I'm probably going to keep this on the low though. I'm probably going to keep it on the low. I don't know. I might. More than likely. Before I start sharing it with the public, I'm just going to tease you to start picking apart these contracts. Yeah, picking apart these contracts, like uploading them. Because the cool thing about GPT is it can analyze your documents. So that'll be something that we'll do for maybe just one contract that I own, and we'll all kind of learn that one together. And as I build on top of that, maybe I'll exclusivize, even though that's the new word. I'll exclusivize all the contracts, but one I think I'm going to share. So, should it be the mortgage? Should it be a credit card? Should it be an auto loan? Should it be I don't know. I haven't decided that yet. What do you guys think? Let's see if we can let's see if we can even analyze a contract at all. I don't want to go too far into it because this is not what I intended to do today. Let's see. Yeah. No. Let me not get distracted. If you comment on this video, put in the comment what type of contract you would like for me to have GPT analyze, or what type of investment would you like for me to have GPT analyze? If it's a cryptocurrency, if it's a stock, if it's something else, then let's see if we can put the enough data points in there to get a clear picture of GPT's perspective and see if it can add any value to the move that you decide to make. If you put a comment in there, we can look into that. Otherwise, I'm going to show you a little bit of what this whole deal was. Okay. So let's go rewind a little bit. I'm not going to show you all this because this is too good. This stuff is way too good, and I don't. I'm not going to be on here for much longer anyway. Okay, so let's see. Matter of fact, I need to read over this myself. So I had a transcript analyzed and broken down. It was a 4-hour transcript, and it summarized a lot of the steps that I'm looking to organize. But this is the mission, okay? This is where my sights are set. If you can think about the different characters that play this, and that is to reclaim all equity due to your principal's estate. Now, think of the scenario, and then I'm gonna leave. Think of this scenario. You recently discovered, let me look at the people. So you recently discover that the agents acting as powers of attorney over your social security estate have been keeping the majority of the interest held in all of your accounts, which include your banking accounts, your mortgage accounts, and other consumer credit based accounts. What I'm asking GPT to do here is to show me the process I need to take and laws I need to enforce in order for my principal, my client, my highest regarded client, for my principal to become the majority holder of the securities and or security interest profits for each account. Explain if the establishment of any type of trust account or the like would be necessary, along with any other accounts or entities I should set in place for my principal's request to be honored at the highest level in commerce. So it gives me this list here, and I'm just going to kind of fast forward through it because, you know, I've been on here for an hour and I think the thing's going to kick me off. So let me twist this around. Why is this not working? There we go. All right, so I'm going to give you just some free steps without going into a bunch of detail. So the first thing it says for us to do is to assess a power of attorney. That's the very first thing. Okay. The second thing it says to do is revoke and reassign control over your accounts. So they're saying revoke the existing POAs and then assign the POA, the power of attorney. The next thing is that GPT says to do is establish a trust for estate control and asset protection. A living trust or asset protection trust, a foreign grantor trust, and an irrevocable trust options for asset separation. Okay. All right. Something curious there. And then it says file updated ownership or beneficiary claims. Okay. Oh, wait, hold on. Let's see. I have used, I didn't know somebody was on here. I've used ChatGPT several times. We have been using it to give us feedback on narrative statements. On narrative statements. What you mean? What would you rate GPT, Terrence, for its usefulness? I've used Chat GPT several times. We've been using it to give us feedback on narrative statements. What's a narrative statement do? Like, what's the function of a narrative statement? Is that something for PR? Just curious if you're still on there. Anyway, okay, not the same subject, but was just saying it's interesting. Yeah, it is interesting. I mean, this stuff is. It kind of reminds me. Imagine you going back in the day when they had a AOL chat, and you get on there and you're talking to another person who just so happens to know everything you needed to know. Um, you'd have a pretty good conversation, especially if you know how to talk to that robot. So this is like the best chat room for me because I have so many, well, not a bunch of questions, but the questions that I do have, the people that I have access to ask, they usually are not in the jurisdiction of knowledge that I'm looking for. So I like using this because it has a wider jurisdiction of knowledge that I can access and use to my advantage, which is exactly what this whole thing is about. So step 4, it says, and this is me reclaiming the equity that's due to my principal. So, like, imagine, okay, so think about this. Think about this. I want you guys to think about something real quick. Think about if you were to have what, what interest do you get paid on your bank savings? What interest do you earn on that? And do you wonder if there's any, like, other side to the returns on that interest? What interest are you earning in your bank account right now? Maybe 2, 3, 4%? Are they getting a cut of that interest? Or are you getting all of the interest that's generated from that account? And the answer is that you're not getting all of the interest that's generated on the account. There's another side on that interest that you've already given away, but you can reclaim it when you follow the proper protocol and processes and you understand the laws and such. So, filing updated ownership or beneficiary claims. Now, that seems like it can be something kind of complex. I've never, well, I have heard of it, but I've heard of these UCC1 claims before too. And you've got to be sure that you know what's going on with that. Like, you can't just fill that out all willy nilly and expect them to respect you. You need to be able to articulate yourself when you file something like a UCC. But let's continue because we're just seeing what ChatGPT says about this whole thing. Redirect bank and financial accounts. So establish trust bank account, claim treasury account. Hmm. Set up a treasury direct account for holding treasury securities in the trust name or principal's estate. This gives a safe avenue for managing or rolling over securities directly, often without third party POA interference. Interesting. Remove POA agent from all accounts. Notify each institution, bank, mortgage company, credit accounts of the change in control, providing documentation such as the trust agreement or updated UCC filings to reflect the principal's ownership and security interest. Wow, that's a significant step. Document and secure the commercial rights and assets. Like, there's some steps to this, man. Like, this is super powerful, and I mean, it'll literally change everything. Um, but it'll change it for a gigantic benefit for the person that initiates this process. And then step 7, strengthen legal standing in commerce. Set up a private business trust and apply international commercial and admiralty law principles. Oh, you can cite aspects of the UCC Article 8, investment securities, and UCC Article 3, negotiable instruments, to establish the principal standing as holder in due course. Ooh, creating binding priority claims on all negotiable instruments. And goes on when when I see that, because negotiable instruments, that is the application that you sign for your mortgage, your car, your credit card, your solar, your student loans, all that. And you may owe a debt, but somebody is earning credits off of that account. Somebody, somebody that you voluntarily and unwittingly gave your security interest over to is generating profit on that account. And when you realize where you stand in this game of commerce, you can utilize that position and take that, not even take it back, balance the system to your benefit. You can balance the system to your detriment. You can balance the system to your benefit. Right now, because the system is not properly performed, and used by the general public, a lot of people are out of balance. And so what this does, it's not like revenge. And that shouldn't be an attitude that this is approached with these companies, because they really don't know what's going on for the most part, according to what I've learned up to this point. But you go and you show them the balance that needs to take place, and they will balance you out. So 25 for me is going to be focused on balancing my affairs with all of the business that I've done. It may take more than just 1 year to finish all of this, but that's what I'm here for, is kind of sharing a little bit of the journey, documenting my development and making some of it public, just in case there's somebody out there that just might have the same desire and inherent knowledge that they have so much more power that they haven't quite figured to tap into. So that'll be tonight's episode. I think we've had some good nuggets. We used ChatGPT to look into the market with 3 different cryptocurrency projects that I know are going to be around for a while, or I firmly believe they will. And then towards the end of it, we looked a little bit more into commercial redemption, taking that power back. We all know we have it, but we don't know exactly where to find it. And it's in the law. That's where it's at. I'm going to send you someone be interested in this. Oh, hell yeah, man. Send it on. Send it on. I'm gonna probably do this. I'm gonna try to do this a little bit more often. I'm not gonna do it all the damn time, but it's just the information here is way too substantial for me not to share at least some of it. So I sure appreciate you coming on and engaging. And yeah, I'm gonna do this again at some point. If y'all have any suggestions on any other content that you want me to include, or inquiries or subjects or topics that might be relevant, shoot it into my DM, and that'll give me more energy and more reason to come on and post stuff like this. All right, peace.